Kia ora, good morning. Tēnā koutou katoa. No mai mātaki mai ki te 808 Breakfast Banter. I'm excited for this live stream this morning. Happy hump day too, by the way.
Yes.
Pull up with your morning coffee. We've got a quick banter session going down. And this was an idea that sprouted last week. And now
I don't know when he sent me the message. It must have been about early last week. Yeah.
And so this is a really cool, awesome idea for us to for our community to get to know each other. So I'm all for this because there is people that see each other on the screen and they're like, who's that? And so I think this is an awesome opportunity for our communities to come together and get to know each other. And so we've got an epic session. We've got day 16 of our songs,
day 16,
which is
the theme of your vacation.
Theme of your vacation. I had two songs because I was in two different places.
I found this really hard. Like I initially was thinking, Tomorrowland, I'm gonna do like some real hard house techno. But then I was like, I'm not 14 anymore, so I thought I better not do that. So I changed it.
No, so will you guys pull up with your morning coffee? Who have we got on this morning? I'm excited for the bro to come on, an absolute legend. Love training with him. And I'm stoked to see how much growth has been shown on the floor, at the gym. And honestly, like I love our community because we are all from all walks of life. And I think that's just the biggest learning for me is that I can grasp something from anyone that walks into my path, and and I can take something from them and they can take something from me. So I think that's just like really awesome to have in the community. And so let's just roll into it, eh? Let's just roll on. Yeah, go on. You do you want to introduce him?
All right, so he's the old war horse that turns up at 5 a.m. with his hood on like this, looking like Darth Maul. He's a good bugger. He's a North Shore man, and we'd like you to meet the one and only Ghanum Taylor.
Mr. Ghanum Taylor. We could have cued some
background
music. Morning, bro. Welcome to the Banter session.
Thank you for having me. What an intro.
Intro. The hype
How
man.
Are we?
Yeah, no, not bad, eh? Not bad. I'm really stoked that you planted the seed for us to get to know each other, and for members that watch the banter, for us to all get to know each other on that level too. So I think that's real cool, and what an opportunity for you as well to be sitting here having a cheeky cuppa with us.
Yeah, it's awesome. I wasn't intending for it to be myself, but I'll put my money where my mouth's at, and we'll see how this goes, eh?
Yeah, Hundy.
You're already getting roasted online.
No, we can't roast them. I got your back, bro. I got your back.
Had to go and put my face on.
So tell us a little bit about your background, Ghanum. It's kind of like where you grew up, sort of those types of little questions, and we'll kind of delve in from there.
Yeah, cool. So where should I start? So you mentioned it before. I'm a shoreman, shore boy. Born and raised, born in the North Shore Hospital, lived in predominantly Milford most of my life, apart from a small stint up on the coast, and grew up on the North Shore. Went to Kristen when I was a primary school and intermediate school, and hated every minute of it, to be honest, and politely exited stage right and went to Westlake, and very, very proud Westlake boy through and through.
I can't imagine you in one of those little preppy blazers with your little tie
all day,
pulled up socks.
Yeah, it wasn't really my cup of tea, to be honest. I didn't really fit the mold.
But it's like at Westlake they have that camaraderie though, right? Like, so did you grow up, was it like that? When I was at high school, Westlake was one of those schools that had that camaraderie because of how good they were at the sports. Was it still like that back then? And do you think like that's manifested into your life as you gotten older, like the culture of it?
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
wicked.
I went to Westlake because I was living in Milford, and all my mates that I play rugby with and in the local community were all going to Westlake. So, I just wanted to, hang out with them every day as opposed to going to Kristen. And mate, it was a game changer for me, actually. I was a real little shitbag when I was at Kristen, going nowhere fast and just a horrible piece of work. And going to Westlake just, knocked me about. I took my beatings, I got the school of hard knocks and, learnt and kind of got my way through it and became definitely a better man for it, that's for sure.
Wicked.
And what did you do after college or after high school?
Yep. So didn't know what the heck I wanted to do. So followed a few mates to Auckland Uni and decided, okay, what am I going to do? Just take a course, do whatever. Ended up doing a Bachelor of Science, for God knows what reason, and got 2 years into it, and had fallen into a hospitality job working in restaurants and bars, and was making good coin, and went, this is the life for me, I'm out of here, and gapped it, and went to the School of Life.
Yeah.
And how's that gone for you,
mate? It's been pretty cool, actually. Like like I said, me and education and school traditionally didn't really fit, and I'm pretty good, kind of got street knowledge and kind of good with people and stuff. So I just kind of took stuff on, and hospitality led me to London, and a couple of things, I ended up in working in events and got into doing sales and marketing, and the kind of the rest of the world just opened up from there.
Wicked. And family? You got kids, bro?
Yeah, I got 3 kids. For my sins, 2 daughters. Got 2 teenage daughters. One's 16 and one's 14. Both at Westlake Girls. Both causing me a lot of issues. Nah, they're good girls. They have their moments though. Few, especially during lockdown, we're having a few fights and a few tantrums, and we now got boyfriends on the scene, and it's all the stereotypical stuff that every dad knows he's got to go through in life, and right in the thick of it, to be honest.
Were you prepped to have daughters, bro?
Well, I'm an only child. Do
you have sisters? Oh, you're an only child.
I'm an only child, so I grew up in a very small family, and so originally when I met my wife, we talked about kids. I said I wanted to have 7 because I wanted to have a big family.
Wow.
And that was a mission, and we got 3. So I've got a son as well. He's 11. And we rolled the dice third time around and got lucky. And we've got a nice little balance of a family now. But we wanted 7, and kind of had this goal of 7, and decided that our family of 5 was going to be plenty for everyone.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And do you feel like that your kids are going to kind of follow the same theme that you have with, we're probably not going to do the university thing, we're going to do the School of Life? Or do you think they're going to kind of follow their own pathway and maybe go down the university route and then do that?
A bit of both. I mean, I'm a pretty independent individual. I've got strong opinions, and so I can kind of get through the School of Life. My wife, she went to Cardiff University and did the full degree thing, and so they've got a lot of her in them as well. So some will. I think one of them might be strong enough just to gap it on her own. But I think they'll probably go down the studious route. It's a really bizarre future for them, though, right? With education and the way the world's going. I mean, who knows what university is going to be like, or post high school education is going to be like in 5 years' time.
Absolutely, that's a fair comment too.
And how did you find out about 808? What kind of brought you to us?
Well, I've done a few things in the past from a physical exercise point of view, and ended up, after seeing on social media a guy called Bobby Kazemi, who was running a place down on Barry's Point Road, and started going there, and the 6-week transformation thing, and kind of got quite into that, and met Kendall there. Kendall and her mum were working out there at the time, and this was 4 or 5 years ago. And we trained there, and that was for a couple of years, and then she started coming to 808, and then she was doing both classes because her mum was still going to see Bobby, and you know, I was asking her because Matt actually also came to you guys from Bobby's, and so, yeah, what's it like? And she's like, oh, it's awesome. It's definitely a step up, but I think you can do it. And I was like, well, don't be stupid, because I'd seen the videos and I was like, no, that's no way I'm doing that. I'm just an old timer. And she's like, no, you should come and try it out. So, you know, she introduced me to you one day, and that was coming up 2 years, I think.
Yeah. It's just if it's not 2 years now, it will be within the next couple of months.
Yeah. I think in the new year, just in the new year.
That is awesome.
And then you brought your cousin.
Yeah, then I brought my cousin. Yeah, so she is my cousin, everybody. Liv is my cousin. She's not my wife.
For so long, everyone thought you guys were like partners, the husband and wives.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that is great.
She returned from being overseas and stuff, and you know, I told her about this place I was going to, because you know, she's always been quite into her fitness, and she's like, oh, let me, you know, should I come and try? And I was like, yeah, definitely. And you know, the rest is history.
What do you think? What do you think since coming to 808? What do you think it has, like, physically for you? And like, I'm not saying you're an old timer, bro. I think I admire that someone at your age is still putting in the mahi. No, I'm dead serious about it. Like, I admire that. That is motivating for me. Like, you know, if you can show up at 5 a.m., I can show up at 5 a.m. I've got no excuse. I'm half the age. You know, and so what do you think it is that draws you in?
The challenge, you know, like I lead a very busy lifestyle, you know, with work and with my family, and then socially and stuff. And if I don't, you know, keep on top of it, you know, I'll be heart attack material in the next 5 or 10 years. And so I got to do the mahi, got to get it done. And I just love the challenge. Like, you know, when I first started, for the first 3 or 4 months, you know, I dread going to bed, because I knew, you know, 8 hours away, I was going to be throwing myself across the gym and on an assault bike and just hating life. And but the challenge to get through it was awesome. And you know, now I turn up knowing that, yeah, it's going to hurt, but you know, I got this. And you know, there are moments like yesterday, thanks Levi, where I was hating life for about 20 minutes, and probably felt pretty ill most of the day, to be honest. But no, that was yesterday. Today's a new day.
Hard. Preach that, bro. Well, let's segue into, like, tell us what your hobbies are besides the gym.
Well, I love sport. You know, sports, everything I do outside of family and work. You know, if I'm not playing it, so I play a lot of sports. I play golf. I'm massive into golf. It's my jam. I'd play it every day if I could.
What's your handicap?
But I can't. 10.2.
I don't even know what that is, but it sounds good.
My goal is to get into single figures, so I'm working on that. And if I'm not playing it, I'm coaching it. So I do a lot of coaching, especially with my kids. When my girls are younger, I used to coach netball for my sons, and all sorts of that carry on. I coach my son's rugby team, his basketball team. You know, I'm pretty active with him and what he's doing. And yeah, so if I'm not, I'm coaching it, and then if not, I'm watching it. So you know, I'm pretty big into, I'll watch anything that's competitive. I'm watching it. You know, I think I mentioned the other day is going off to watch horse racing. I don't even like horse racing, but I like the competitive factor and like to, you know, try and make some money. So and you know, traditional Kiwi bloke stuff, like to fish, you know, all that sort of stuff.
No, awesome.
So I had a look at your Instagram. You're a big All Black supporter, right?
Oh mate, yeah, totally. Went to the 2011 World Cup, 2015 World Cup. Was fortunate to be in 2015. Was at the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff to watch us thrash France. Then the next week was at Twickenham to watch them beat South Africa, and then at the final against Aussie. So yeah, that was probably the highlight of my All Black supporting career. It was pretty epic for 3 or 4 weeks.
Have you ever thought about streaking?
You've seen me in the gym, bro.
Hey, mate, you're an Adonis now. You know, I'm sure that a few of us could band together to get your fine money for you.
Oh, that's good.
Take your streak across. You can put 808 across your tummy.
No, okay, no. One thing that I want to know, bro, is your profile picture. That's stunning lock of
It's
hair.
awesome, eh?
Yeah. How old are you there? And what was the era of Ghanum Taylor?
I'd love to say that was actually my hair and it was an era of Ghanum Taylor, but no, that's completely fake. A cousin of mine did it and sent it to me because I was at a wedding back in March when that photo was originally taken, when I didn't have the hair, and he sent it to me and I loved it. But just a little bit of a backstory. Obviously I have no hair, but when I was younger, I had a lot of hair, and my mother was a hairdresser, and I had no sisters. So guess who became her, go-to with his hair? And I was very much a willing recipient of it. So I've had every hairstyle under the sun. I've had a perm, ponytails, undercuts, flat tops, dreadlocks, plaits, bleach blonde, whites, bleach black, dyed black. Yeah, the perm was the real one. That was next level.
Wow.
Yeah, that is hilarious. I'm actually just trying to find it. That photo of your Facebook photo. I might have to bring it up later. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. What's your goals for this year, bro, or the future? Let us in on some of that.
Yeah, so you can probably see behind me there's a bunch of sticky stuff on the wall, bunch of post-its. Chief knows about this, but I'm going through a bit of a career change. I've had a pretty awesome career. I've been fortunate enough to work from some pretty awesome companies and have some pretty amazing roles in my life, and that's been awesome. And have a very good lifestyle, but also realized that I'm in my mid-40s, and if I die tomorrow, I don't have much of a legacy to leave behind. And so wanted to make a bit of a change. Wow, that's loud. Wanted to make a bit of a change.
Sorry, it is a 5-year-old child with a Batman car running up and down the hallway.
Awesome.
Carry on, let's go. As you were.
Yeah, as it was. So wanted to make a big change, and came across, when I was over in Aussie this year, fortunate in the bubble to go over to Brisbane and Melbourne, and came across a business, and I loved it. And so I got onto it, spoke to the guys who founded it in Canada and the managing director in Australia, and last 6 or 8 weeks we've been negotiating, and we're bringing it to New Zealand. And it's super exciting, got massive potential, and got a lot of mahi to do over the next 5 years at least, and super pumped. So my goal this year is to get that off the ground and get this thing in motion. Super pumped about it, and looking forward to being able to share it with the world.
Oh, yes. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. I don't even know what it is, but I'm excited. And it looks like you've got some mahi to do with all those post-it notes, coordinated with color and in their list. That's awesome. I love a good post-it list of things to do. Sometimes it's a bit overwhelming, but I feel like it keeps me organized.
Well, and what's going to be really cool is that Ghanum's actually going to be working out of our gym for a little bit, just to give him a bit of a place to hang out, and which also kind of lets me onto who are some of your business mentors. So, like, I look to a lot of people like yourself and others who have done business, and I always ask questions around business. And as a young businessman myself, I'm kind of learning and developing and growing. And that, who are some of the ones that you've looked to in the past, or you look to now?
Looked to in the past, I mean, outside of my connections, the traditional Richard Bransons of the world. I'm a big believer in reading from how other people have done things, so I read a lot of those kind of books. I've been really fortunate to work with some amazing people. Over in the UK, for example, had a great boss when I was 23 years old, and he was just such an inspiration. When I was in New Zealand, I don't know if you guys have heard of a guy called Derek Hanley. He was the guy who became got the CTO of New Zealand role, but then it got taken away from him. He had a startup back in the early 2000s. I worked for him there, and he was really inspirational. And just a bunch of people. I've been working with a creative studio for the last 5 or 6 years, and the guy who founded that is an outstanding individual in the tech space, and real super passionate. So just being around these kind of people has been awesome. Today in the world I live in, I've got some some really close people that have got some really good businesses. I'm really close to the guys who run the Peter Pit franchise, and it's been inspirational to watch their growth and them develop, and a bunch of others. Yeah, it's people like that.
Solid.
What motivates you?
Have you guys managed lockdown?
Yeah.
How do we manage lockdown? How am I managing it? We got a full house. So back to my journey that I'm on. I was meant to be in my time where I was going to be here at home working on my business, coming into the gym, working out of there, and having some clear space. And then Cindy shut that down 4 weeks ago, and now I've got a house full of people who got a lot of needs. So lockdown's been good. We've been fairly structured, especially with the young fella. I write down his classes that we do every day, and between his free time and now that Fortnite's just dropped, they're all about that now. But we try and balance it. We brought in a few things to help us get through it. So we bought a tramp in week 1, and I bought a big 16-foot tramp, and so put that up and got delivered and put that up. Then went and bought a portable spa, inflatable and portable spa, which is it's actually next level. So it's a poor man's spa, but it's awesome. Yeah, it's real cool.
It still does the job, though.
It does the job, and so that sits up the back there, and we've got that going, and then got a basketball hoop, and so we've got a basketball hoop for the boys. So that's our PE class every day. That's it. So we keep ourselves pretty busy. Obviously, class keeps me in check. Trying to commit to that. The 75-day challenge. Me and Liv are doing 50 days, so a 50-day challenge, and that's been awesome actually. I've got my 6 things that I have to do, and that's it's keeping me out of the pantry. It's keeping me doing mobility. It's keeping me just in check. It's been awesome.
Do you find like the things like doing daily mobility that has helped you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, my mobility issues, and at this age, it doesn't get any easier or any better as time goes on. So, every day doing something has been awesome.
Oh, sick.
That is awesome. I said before, what motivates you, bro? Like just you. What motivates Ghanum Taylor?
Just to be a better human, really. I mean, growing up as an only child, it's a tough place to grow up because you are pretty much on your own a lot of the time. And so I grew up really fast, especially being around adults all my life, when I was younger. And I think that's what made me quite street smart, and which has been great. But it has its downsides. I can be a real shitbag sometimes, and I'm just working on myself the whole time and just trying to be a better person.
That's honestly the vibe, bro. That is the vibe. Okay, let's change the tone a little. I'm gonna do the. Did you see the question generator that we've been doing?
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll do a few of those. Okay. First
are
one
we doing our song?
Oh yes, we do have our song. Have you? You can go first if you want to do the song.
Yeah, you do the song. All right.
Yep. You lead us out then.
What is get a little backstory?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, man. So it's at the theme of vacation. So
cool. So as soon as you said that last night on mobility, I was like, what's my? I found it really hard, but then it really clicked. Last summer we had my daughter who was end of year 11. They all year 11s go to Whangamata and do their kind of their thing, and so we've got a house down there for 2 weeks, and with a good mates of ours and their daughter and friends, and so there was like 8 year 11 teenage girls and their families, and we just had an amazing 2 weeks. It was just epic, and this was the kind of the theme song of the trip actually. Can you hear that?
Is it what's it called? Fleetwood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice.
I can imagine the 2 weeks.
Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
The cool part about it is us old timers were into it, but so were the kids. That kind of the jam, especially during the day in the sun. That came on like 100 times. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was a good buzz.
It's awesome when you can when like the kids can relate to songs like that. Like I think that was a viral song on TikTok by that guy sipping the cranberry juice. But like just the fact that now this generation know what that is. I think it was like when Michael Jackson came out when I was little, you know, and it was like reintroduced, and it was like, yeah, this is a vibe. But it'd been around for so long. That's a cool vibe. What's your song, bro?
All right, here we go. Ghanum should know this one. Yeah, man, that's Hawaii for me.
That is Hawaii for you.
Okay,
Hawaii. My song is, I've got two holiday spots. This is, I don't know why this popped in my head, but New Orleans, cruising in New Orleans would be where the song is. And the live music's playing on the street. Leon Bridges. Awesome
Leon's
vibe.
awesome.
Yeah,
Leon
he's the
awesome.
man. And then this song would be a New Zealand holiday camping with the fam. 10 points for Gryffindor if you know who it is. Ready?
Super nice.
Super group.
Yes. That's an absolute classic.
I keep thinking super funk.
Everyone's loving the Beach Boys.
Yeah, man, Beach Boys all day. They're like a classic.
Beach Boys all day. It's so far from your persona. It's classic.
Yeah, well, it is. Hey, man, I got an eclectic taste.
Yeah,
you do, definitely. Okay, random question generator. First one is, if you could have an all expenses paid trip to see any famous world monument, which monument would it be? Would you choose?
Okay, G-Man.
Oh wow, probably something like Vic Falls in Africa.
Wow, that would be amazing.
Africa. All expenses paid trip to Africa, and you know the safari would be epic.
Yeah. What would you do, Chief?
Great Wall of China.
Ooh, good.
Yeah, I would love to
any
see
comments
that.
coming through where they would do? Vic
No,
Falls
about the Beach Boys.
Vic Falls would be incredible.
Yeah.
I'd probably Great Wall of China is definitely on the bucket list. I reckon walking to Aotearoa first, and then Great Wall, International Space Station. Okay, next question. What could you give a 40-minute presentation on with absolutely no preparation?
Yeah. Go.
Fatherhood.
Ooh.
Nice. That's a really good one.
Star socks.
That's nice.
It's awesome.
Probably branding. Branding, and I'd use star socks as a medium to do it.
Okay, I'll find one more.
What's yours, Mo?
What was the question again? What could I
40-minute presentation.
Talking about gratitude.
Nice.
Okay, last question. Before you make a call, do you rehearse what you are going to say? This is a yes or no.
Sometimes, most of the time.
Same.
It depends on the type of call it is, to be honest. You
True.
know, if there's some key points you need to get across, for sure. But you know, I quite like to wing it most of the time.
No,
when it comes to my accountant, I've got to make sure, because I'm paying for that call.
Yeah.
Same with my lawyer.
You know that there's going to be an invoice after it. All right. Well, before you pick quote of the day, Ghanum, I just want to say, honestly, bro, this is the start of something amazing for our community. And thank you for leading us off with a great banter. Like, this was just like a nice cup of coffee, bro. And I think everyone, even myself, has learned something more about you. So I appreciate that. So thank you.
That's cool. Awesome.
But yeah, pick a number between, let's go 150, 140 and 155.
146.
Ooh, okay. The trick is in what one emphasizes. We either make ourselves miserable or we make ourselves happy. The amount of work is the same. Oh,
That's good.
that's the mahi right there, bro.
Amen.
Amen to that. I'm sending you all the good vibes for your day and the rest of the week, bro. Everyone else that joined us this morning, thank you. I don't know who we've got next, but you might get a cheeky DM from Chief that will let you know that you'll be on next week or something. But again, thank you, everyone. Awesome morning. Have a good day. Day 15 of 75. Let's get it.